Monday night NBA basketball. We have an absolutely really good matchup here between the San Antonio Spurs and the Chicago Bulls in Chicago, which gives them a shooter's chance of winning this game. The problem is they're facing the best defensive team in the league, arguably the best defensive team in San Antonio. Chicago's been playing good defense as well. Odds makers have it pretty close with San Antonio as a -3.5 favorite, and I'm going to back the Spurs in this one. They're playing great defensively. They're on a bit of a winning streak. Chicago, I think there's still some more polishing up to do with this team. As Fred Hoiberg continues to get his system in there, they're not shooting the ball particularly well. They are playing well on defense, but at the end of the day, I just think San Antonio has a bit too much, and I look for them to win this game by a little less than double digits. So I'm going to back the Spurs here, -3.5. Let's start breaking these teams down. Let's talk about the Spurs. I love what Greg Popovich has done this year with that team, and he's adjusted his offense around their new, LaMarcus Aldridge, for sure, but just the way their personnel and the way they run things, it's a little bit different than last year. Let's talk about them. So far on the year, they're averaging 99.4 points per game, shooting 47.2% from the field and 37% from distance. All solid numbers. They're just a really good offensive team. They're doing a lot in the interior as compared to bombing away from the three-point line, and they're one of the most efficient teams in the NBA. They rank 5th in the league in effective field goal percentage defensively. This is where they're getting it done. The Spurs on the year, they're allowing 89.7 points per game, 42.2% shooting from the field, and 32% from beyond the arc. Just been playing lights out on the defensive end, and this is what makes them a threat in the West to dethrone Golden State. I think they're going to have to do it on the defensive end, but they still have some weapons offensively as well. So I like for them tonight to go ahead, play great defense against a good home team in Chicago, mind you. But the Spurs, I think, just a little bit too much for Chicago tonight. So again, I like them to win by just less than double digits. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about the Bulls. Chicago on the year, they're averaging 99.4 points per game, shooting 42.2% from the field and 38.1% from beyond the arc. Surprisingly, they're shooting the ball really well from beyond the arc. Not so well under the arc, though. And San Antonio is going to defend them all over the place. So they're going to have some trouble scoring tonight. They just got back from a long road trip where they were 2-2. Respectable losses, though, where they lost at Golden State and at Indiana. Both good basketball. Golden State, of course. But Indiana's a very good team as well this year. Again, though, I think tonight, offensively, they're definitely going to struggle against the Spurs. Defensively, Chicago getting it done this year. Surprisingly, they've really started to come around on defense, and they're allowing right now 98.9 points per game, 41% shooting from the field, and 33.4% from beyond the arc. Those are solid numbers. They're one of the better ranked defensive team, not scoring defense, but statistic-wise, statistical shooting. They're one of the best in the NBA, so that's really good. The under might be a play here, but I really like San Antonio, though. I just think they're a bit too much. They're a little bit better coached. I know Chicago, very tough this year. They've only lost one game at home, and that was that overtime loss to Minnesota. So, they could be really good. But I like for San Antonio to come in here, take care of business, because they are one of the best teams in the league. That's going to be one of my NBA plays today on San Antonio, -3.5. And I wish you guys luck on your plays today.